Hello, everyone. Look at who it is. It's Allen Shankles.
You thought I was gone forever, didn't you?
No.
You're not going to be so lucky that early.
No, we did not think at all. Allen was like, "Don't we have Thursdays at 3?" I was well into deep work with all of the weather and all the different things going on at ALT today that I was like, "Oh yeah, we do."
He was actually over here just eating and drinking and having fun while I was. And I said, "Man, you got to stop having fun and let's get this business done."
So we're late on Thursdays at 3, but we're glad you guys are tuning in. Allen, the weather.
Yeah, it sucks. There's no other word for it.
Yeah, Elsa. We're not doing Frozen, but man, she definitely.
yeah. This would be a good day for Frozen, but not for Cabaret.
Exactly right. So in case people have not heard, tonight was supposed to be the kickoff preview performance of Cabaret. Sadly, because of the weather, tonight's show is canceled. Wah, wah, boo, 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 boo. But we'll make sure everyone knows the other performances that they can get and all that stuff. But first off, Allen, let's talk about the show Cabaret, because I know you guys have been working really hard on that. This was the first show you did 20 years ago at the Adventure Space, musical wise.
21 years ago, I believe. But yes, it was the first musical that we produced at the Adventure Space.
And you had always wanted to do that show, correct? Like you saw the show many times.
Well, the Adventure Space, if you don't know that, I think you've heard it many times before. I had a list of about 20 shows I wanted to do at the Adventure Space. So it took up about 5 years to get through those 20 shows.
Yeah.
And Cabaret was second on the list.
Were had you seen the show multiple times before?
I had seen it a couple of times with Allen coming in New York at Studio 54.
Sure. And so it's been a show that everyone has wanted you to do again. You know, we did Chicago and we brought back Chicago and different shows like that. And you were really always kind of like protective of Cabaret. I felt like you were like, no, like we need to find a good time to do it. If we do it, pull it back up.
Well, I don't know about that, but that's kind of how it's worked out.
Yeah, but no, for sure. P.S. Your Sally Bowles sad and because of Cabaret canceling tonight. She's sad.
Well, I'm sad because I'm ready to unleash that girl on the community.
Right?
She's gonna knock them dead.
Exactly. But okay, let's talk about the show. So it's back. It's on the ALT Adventure Space. You know, how has it been coming back to the show? And you've directed several shows, you know, multiple times before. But what has made this show even, you know, that much more special?
Well, the cast is amazing from top to bottom. I've worked with Sean Walsh for 20 years, and I think Sean has done some of the best choreography he's ever done in any show.
Yeah.
On this show,
choreography.
Jennifer Akins is leading a 8-piece band that is
beautiful,
terrific. Yeah, they're beautiful. And we're, as promised, we're immersing the audience in the show. We've got people coming from every direction, and you saw it the other night. And
so I got to sit in on a rehearsal. I asked Allen, I said, can I sit in a rehearsal because I'll never get to sit at one of the tables in a regular public performance.
One of the VIP tables.
Yes, very awesome. And so this was my view the other night, and it was so good. So there's a sneak peek right there of your beautiful set. But I was like, I had to take a quick photo.
Yeah, we have tables of 4. We have 3 tables of 4 right in front of the stage. I mean, this close to the stage.
Yeah.
And we've got people occupying those for most of the shows.
Tiffany Lauer says Terry Martin is amazing. Willis, one of the crew members, of course, says the cast is fantastic.
So is the crew, Willis.
Agreed. Yes, 100%. For those people out there, Thursdays at 3 viewers who don't know what Cabaret is about, what is the show about?
Well, the show is about the decadence and the decadent lives of some people that are in Berlin in 1929, 1930. Berlin is sort of falling apart around them, and they go to the Cabaret for escape. Of course, in the Cabaret are some seedy people. One of the seediest, but one of the most talented is Sally Bowles. And Sally meets a young American author who has just come to Berlin, and they have a love affair. There are those 2 beautiful people right there.
Terry Martin, Dylan Kazar.
And they have a short-lived affair that changes both their lives forever.
Yeah.
And so it's the show itself is like the Cabaret. It's decadent. It's hard edged, but it's fun and it's attractive to people. It's like bees to honey.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then and multi-layered. There's so many different aspects of this show with what's going on outside the cabaret, what's going on inside the cabaret.
Well, and sadly, there are lots of comparisons to some of our modern day issues right now.
Yeah.
So
100%.
It's a timely piece,
Yeah.
and if you'll look at it kind of closely, you'll see that.
Yeah. More other players, of course, in this Jacob and Joe there playing kind of supporting characters in the show of Herr Schultz and Fraulein Schneider, right?
My gosh, they are so good.
Yes,
They're so good.
Such a good job. And then, of course, our MC leading the Kit Kat Club performers. There's Jason Driver there with all of the Kit Kat Club.
Jason way up high there.
Yes, yes, up on the shoulders there. And this cast, I mean, they are dancing their butts off.
They are doing it well.
Yes, yes. That's a great picture there as well.
Yeah, I set that up.
Good job.
It was kind of creative, wasn't it?
It was. You should do this for a living now.
Every once in a while, I hit something good.
I love it. Rachel Rayburn says, looks amazing. How are you, Rachel? Hope you're doing well. Rachel. Shannon says, I can't wait to see this show. Chris Miller, so excited to see this Friday. Jackie says, I cannot wait to see the show tomorrow. I'm a huge fan of Allen's and Terry's, and I couldn't be more excited. I'm sorry y'all don't get a preview tonight, but I imagine we all will enjoy tomorrow all the more.
I got to tell you, this show was ready for an audience for sure by Tuesday night.
Yeah.
I was so sad we didn't have an audience last night because we were just ready, and it's such a disappointment today.
Yeah.
Because the show is. They need an audience. They've achieved pretty much everything they can, and it's ready to go.
And so many factors come into play when we have to determine whether or not we can cancel a show or not. You know, of course, looking at all of the safety issues for not only our patrons, but of course our cast and crew, making sure people can get to the theater safely. And it's a hard decision to pull the trigger, saying, okay, we do have to cancel.
It is, and you've got to check with every band member, every crew member, every cast member.
Yeah.
And then we here at the office have to start rescheduling things and moving tickets and calling people, and it's a big deal.
And I would say there's not. I mean, I can only think of a handful of times where we've had to cancel a show because of weather.
Yeah, but it always seems to be in February when I'm directing a musical over there.
True, very true.
The Light in the Piazza, we had 8 inches of snow. You're in town, we had 10 inches of snow.
Yeah. Luckily, Rock of Ages we had to cancel, but it was a dress rehearsal. It wasn't an actual performance.
Yeah.
So we got a little bit around that. Jeremy says, see you Saturday. Awesome. So many people. And those of you who may have tickets tonight or had tickets for tonight, our box office has emailed you. You can contact the box office through email or by giving them a phone call about when to reschedule. We should let people know that because we had to cancel tonight's performance, we've checked with our cast and crew and orchestra that we are actually adding this Sunday, February 6th, the matinee at 2:30. So we're trying to get all of tonight's audience members to be able to come to Sunday matinee. We were normally going to be dark that night to give the cast some rest. Right. The cast will get some rest tonight, so that way we can then still perform a Sunday matinee this 2:30.
And here's what's going to happen that's going to be tragic. Is I promise you in a week, you're going to hear so much about this show, you're going to want a ticket and there won't be any. And yet we had 80 tickets tonight to sell.
Yeah.
So don't mess around. Come Sunday. If you don't already have a ticket, come Sunday, because you'll be sorry if you don't.
In fact, we wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of how limited tickets are left for this production that has yet to open. I took a screenshot of the available shows. So somebody must have canceled on tomorrow's show because there's now just barely 2 tickets for tomorrow. Saturday sold out. We now have that added Sunday performance that has tickets available. Next week is completely sold out. And of course, we'll talk a little bit more about the cabaret experience here in a little bit. But then also the following weekend, there's just available tickets for Thursday and looks like a little limited tickets on Friday, but then that Saturday, Sunday sold out. So it's true, guys. If you are wanting to come to the cabaret, which everyone should want to come, you need to get your tickets by calling, of course, our box office 806-355-9991 or visit our website amarillo-littletheater.org to get any of the few remaining tickets, to get your tickets for tonight rescheduled, hopefully for Sunday. And you're not going to want to miss this show at all. With the show, Alan, and working, of course, with Sean and Jennifer and all those aspects. The fun kind of story. We'll talk to Terry hopefully next week or following on Thursdays at 3. But it's so fun that Terry Martin, when you did the show, 20 years ago, she was helping her dad change mics, the batteries and the mics.
She shouldn't have been in the. She probably shouldn't have been in the theater at that time, but she was.
But her dad let her. Her dad was working the mics, and her mom let her and stuff like that.
Her dad let her, and that's how she got to see the show.
And I just love that she was running back and forth, helping, change Kara Key at the time. Now Kara Clopton's, batteries in the mic, and now she's playing, your Sally Bowles, full circle for her.
She is being that Sally Bowles.
I love that. Yeah, I got to see a quick performance, I guess Monday night, and I have never seen Terry do what she's doing on that stage before, and it's just mind blowing. But the whole cast is absolutely phenomenal. Everyone's turning in.
She sang a song near the end of the show, and I have never been to a rehearsal in 38 years when the cast and the crew and everybody in the building applauded for somebody during a rehearsal.
Yeah.
The way they did for her.
Yeah, I just wanted to stand and just give that standing ovation at that moment, because it was it's
brilliant.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Agreed. Annika says she cannot wait for Saturday. Callie says, so sad, however, I can't wait to hit the stage on Friday. Y'all are just going to have an even more stellar opening night tomorrow night, because now we know, gosh, what it's like not to get to perform this show, and you guys are definitely ready. Grayson says, Terry is mind-blowing in this show.
That's enough about Terry. Let's talk about somebody.
Kelly says, Terry brings me to tears every night. She's absolutely brilliant. I love it. I mean, we were going to try to promote the Cabaret experience, but it's sold out. Both nights of the Cabaret experience are sold out. Alan, can you tell us, those people who do have tickets for the Cabaret experience, or maybe some people are on the wait list for the Cabaret experience that'll be, of course, running February 11th and 12th. What can people expect with this awesome event?
Well, I've had this idea rattling around in my hollow head for about 6 months.
We've heard about it for the past 6 months.
Yeah, you've heard about it. It's rattled around for a long time, and I lay awake thinking about things at night.
It's evolved as well.
So what we're going to try to do is create a street corner in Berlin in 1939 or 29.
Yeah.
And so we've got the big Academy Classroom A. We'll have it's been called the Rush Hippodrome.
Okay.
And that's German for lots of things, but it all relates to art and variety and cabaret. In that room, we will have cocktails, cocktail tables, food, and we've got Abigail Ketting, an aerialist who does work on silk. She does gymnastics on silks that are 16 feet in the air.
Wow, that's going to be amazing.
And then we'll have a 3-piece jazz band in that same room, consisting of Bobby Schaefer, and 2 other guys. I don't know. Scott Nall. Yeah. Bobby Schaefer and Scott Nall for sure. And then you go down the way and you can get to Dana's piano bar. And we'll have a piano set up in there, seating, standing, and there will be singers for the hour and a half of the event. Kristen Lloyd, who you all love, Carolee Clay, Jacob Miller, Brandon Beller are all going to be singing in the piano bar. Then we've got we're going to have a magician in one of the it's called Avery's Casbah, and we were going to smoke some hookah in there, but I got shot down on that.
Well, better safe than sorry with
COVID going on. Yeah. We didn't want to start spreading COVID all over the place. And then we've got the performance space, which is another place you can just hang out. On that stage pre-show, we've got Allison Hall, and Ricardo Cruz playing violin and guitar as a duet.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
It's gonna be really eclectic and fun. They'll be on the stage in the performance space, so you can go in there and sit down in your assigned seat and listen to them.
Yeah.
So there's stuff all over the place.
Oh, it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
And you have to have a password to get in.
Yes, you do. You might be led a couple different areas. Some people might get a little extra experience with some really cool events that are happening. It's going to be a great not only fundraiser for the theater, but an immersive experience pre-show, foods, drinks, all that stuff. So if you're like, man, it sounds like the perfect Valentine, weekend event or anything like that, call our box office. Get on the wait list. We all, of course, know that there might be some cancellations coming up within the week. Tickets are $150 per couple. Those do not include the show. So if you're season ticket holders, you can still use your season tickets for the show, or tickets for the show can be purchased separately. There'll be reserved seating. So whenever you make your reservation, they have a seating chart. They're going to reserve your seat, so that way you don't have to worry about standing in line to try to get your spot.
Yeah, we don't want people standing in line waiting for a ticket when they could be out mingling and having fun in the rest of the experience.
Yeah, it's and black tie affair, right? Like
I want it to be a black tie affair. That's I think it's. I used to go to Vegas a lot, and I loved it when you could
used to.
Yeah, well, nonetheless, I loved the days in Vegas when you would go out there and dress up for dinner and stuff.
Yeah,
and I love to dress up, and I thought in 1929 there wouldn't be a man out there or a woman out there that wasn't dressed to the nines.
Yeah, agreed.
And I just think it's going to be fun to dress up and have a ball.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome event. So again, if you're
besides our dancers are not going to have very many clothes on, so we're going to have to kind of make up for that.
Yeah, exactly. Layers upon layers for the audience. We again want to remind you, call the box office 806-355-9991. Get on the wait list for that Cabaret experience, or purchase tickets for the show, of course, and then on our website. Dakota said, "Okay, back to Terry."
Well, there are a lot of other people that we can talk about. I tell you, Joe Smith and Jacob Miller are unbelievable.
Yeah, and we all know Jacob had a great role this season with Captain Von Trapp in Sound of Music. He was your Sweeney Todd and Sweeney Todd.
Yes.
Fun Home, of course.
He gets better every show.
Agreed. Joe has been such a phenomenal actress for us. Last couple seasons ago, back in she was Rock of Ages. Earlier this season, Calendar Girls. Just has done an excellent job. Dylan Kazar, he has been growing as our actor. Basically, he did The Humans with You.
Yes.
Of course, Stacey Jackson, The Rock of Ages, in my production, and kind of the leading man of this musical, and doing such a great job as well with not having much to sing. It's a lot of for him.
Yeah, he's got the heavy line load, and he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
He's an American that's out of place in the current status of the world in Germany.
Sure. Yeah. And then, of course, Jason Driver as the MC, just kind of hosting the whole event.
He's everywhere.
Yeah. He does pop up.
He pops up everywhere.
Yeah. You never know what he's going to wear or what he's going to say.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. The lighting also, we have to talk about. Greg Dunlap has done a phenomenal job with the lighting of this show and making sure that everyone looks absolutely how they would be in a cabaret. There's some gorgeous footlights that work, and it's just a spectacular show. I got to see a rehearsal where they were still wearing masks and some costume pieces here and there, but I was blown away at just that rehearsal on Monday night. And so I think our audiences are absolutely going to love it. The crazy thing is, once the word of mouth hits, like you said, Ellen, there's not going to be tickets left.
You're going to wish you had bought those Sunday tickets.
Get those tickets. Sunday matinee, get those tickets. Before
you said you were impressed Monday night. I was impressed Monday night, and that's hard to do.
Sure, yeah. Willis says Jason is killing it as the MC. Can't wait for the audience to experience his character. Absolutely agreed, Willis. Absolutely agreed. With this show as well, Alan, with Cabaret and all of the aspects of the show the first time around, what do you think is different about this show than the show that was done 20 years ago?
Well, I have a different perspective on life, for one thing.
Yeah.
And we as artists bring our perspectives of a life to our work.
Yeah.
It's inescapable.
Yeah.
And so that my persona, my sensibilities, my being has changed over the last few years. And so I have a different approach to this. I wanted to immerse the audience in this event, and I've got people coming from every direction and dancing right in front of the second row, third row.
Yeah.
But I think this piece is timeless, and it's eerily similar to what we're experiencing today.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
So you need to take that, and I don't want to make it's not a political
No.
piece, but it deals with some of the same issues that we're dealing with today, and we need to be mindful of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. No, agreed. And the show, we want to make sure people know it's, of course, rated R, for subject matter and different things like that. A lot of people might think it's this bright, shiny musical, and there are parts of it that are bright and shiny and fun, and but the show is a heavy show. It's rated R, so we want to make sure people are aware of that. We also have some rules. There's some house rules at the cabaret
Yes.
where you cannot touch anyone, you can't put anything on the stage.
You can't take your clothes off no matter how hot you may feel.
Yes, exactly. The we want to make sure that the integrity of the show stays in place, but also the safety, of course, of all of our performers that are volunteering their time to perform in this
But
show as
we
well.
have to tell you right up front, there are men and women that are scantily clad,
Yes, yes,
but they are beautiful.
Yes.
So there's nothing that's going to hurt your eyes
No, at
about
all.
this show.
At all. Carla Frisch says Willis is also killing it backstage. Our awesome crew for sure, and also, gosh, Dakota and Colleen have done a great job. The costumes
they have.
beautiful.
Yeah, they're spectacular.
The layers, the textures, the colors, the color scheme of some of the scenes. It's just.
I love
fantastic.
that they go from a baby doll slip outfit to a biker leather outfit.
Yeah.
And within the same 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, you guys are not ready for the
choreography is the best I've ever seen Sean Walsh do.
Yeah. And you guys, gosh, think about how, for those who may not know, how long have you guys been working on the show?
We've been working on it 7 weeks, I believe.
Yeah, so almost 2 months working hard.
Sean works them every Sunday. And at the end of every night, it's almost laughable now, but at the end of every night, he says, I need to see these 2 people or these 8 people for just a couple of minutes. And it's like, damn it, Sean, I want to go home.
I've been one of those people who he's like, we got to see. I'm like, I thought I could get away. I already put my
But it shows. His attention to detail shows.
That hard work. Huge shout out also to his assistant, Lisa Guerin, who is not only helping making sure all of the things are correct, but also is your swing in case somebody is out of the show, because she can pop in for especially our dancers and knows all the choreography and is ready to go. Well, as you know, with Murder on the Orient Express, gosh, our understudies are immensely important to make sure that the show can still continue. And gosh, all of your, Carla Fristo, Ann Langford, your assistant director. Of course, Tana has helped with the set, and Greg Dunlap with the lighting.
And our technical boys, Brandon and
Noah, who work hard, from either space, always definitely putting in the hours to make sure our sets and everything is taken care of as well.
These people just created the set for Murder on the Orient Express. That's one of the finest sets we've had on this stage, and they've now got Cabaret ready to go.
Yeah. And now they're going to work on Tug and Relax.
Yeah.
It's like,
sorry, boys, no rest for you.
No, and then they'll have a little bit of a who with art, but then that won't last long with Shrek right around the corner. Real quick, since we just kind of mentioned art, Alan, do you want to talk about, you have auditions coming up also around the corner for that show?
Yeah, those are the 15th and 16th, I believe, which is next Monday and Tuesday.
Or Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes.
So we want to make sure everyone's aware those got bumped up just a week earlier. So those are Tuesday, Wednesday, 15th and 16th.
And there are roles for three men, about 40 to 50.
Great. And that show runs April 7th through the 16th. Perusal scripts are available from our box office that you can get. And so basically you can come either night for those auditions. It'll be the last Adventure Space play of the season. It's crazy to think about. We have Cabaret, we have art, and Shrek. It's like, where did the season go? Like,
I know, it's crazy.
Feels like just yesterday we were celebrating a barbecue with Patsy Cline, and now we're like.
I do want to mention that Art was the very first play at the Adventure Space. The very first play. I happened to be in that show. David Keller, a friend of ours, directed. So I wanted to be one of the first people on the stage.
Bobby Schaefer and Brad McBride were your fellow actors.
Exactly. And we were in the round, and none of us had experienced that before. And the first light came up on me, and sitting right there close to me was my old high school baseball coach. And I lost it. I couldn't even think of what the first line was supposed to be because I thought, what are you doing here?
Yeah, yeah. And being that close to an audience member.
Yeah. We hadn't experienced being that close, and I'm telling you, it's a completely different world.
Well, and that's what makes Cabaret so perfect over there, is because we feel like we're in this actual cabaret of this nightclub. That,
yes, you do.
With all the performers around you, and just you're immersed into the performance, and it works so much. And to think about too, that first season when you had Art and Wit and Cabaret, those almost like you didn't have, there was no expectations. Nobody knew what was
right.
that space was, so you could do some work and not feel necessarily pressure of expectations. Now after 20 years, people know what the adventure space is. They know the quality of work, so it's almost like there's a little more to live up to sometimes with that.
Well, the adventure space has always been it was something I told our board for 10 years that we needed to do. And when I finally found the space that I felt like was correct for us, we launched on that. And I'm so grateful for the hundreds of people over the years that have said, we don't know where you're going, but we'll follow you.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, and look at how the adventure space has grown. All of the regional performances that we've basically
Tony Award winners,
shows, and
Pulitzer Prize winners,
premieres of some beautiful works of art that wouldn't be able to either play at the main stage or just wouldn't work at the main stage. Like you said, some of these shows about being in the round or the different setups that we've had. Now we're having this great cabaret experience to immerse our audiences. Plus also houses our academy. We're able to have more classes, and so we're very blessed to have the adventure space for sure. With that first season, it would be interesting to think about that first season and to now, how many actual performances have happened over there, and how many actual
well, there's been
at least 80, because there's
80 shows
for a season, at least, not including the academy over there.
Right. So well over 100.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which is just amazing to think about. When people come see the show, and hopefully they get tickets to the show, don't forget we've added a Sunday matinee. That's the perfect show if you're looking to come see the show. Sunday matinee at 2:30. What are you hoping audiences come away from once they see Cabaret 2.0, I should say?
Well, I just hope they're as overwhelmed with the talent and the performances as I am.
Yeah.
I hope they draw some comparisons from that world to our world.
Yeah.
Not that they need to do anything with that, but just realize that it's there.
Yeah.
And I love watching these people exceed what their expectations are.
Yeah. I think the audiences are just going to be so impressed with all of it. Other than you, who are there any other people who were in that first production to this one? Anne Langford,
who I wanted specifically to be an assistant for me in this show because she choreographed the original production. Sean Walsh was just a baby in diapers, I think. Probably not, but
right.
I'm kidding. Sean's getting up there too.
But Bobby Schaefer was there. Cliff in the 2002 production. In 2022 now he's in the orchestra,
right,
playing bass in that show,
right.
Terry, Mike Girl to Sally Bowles.
Yeah. Kara Clopton.
She was your
Janice Easterday was Fräulein Schultz.
Leslie Heftox in that production was, of course, the MC. Gosh, it was just a phenomenal production.
Yeah.
I missed it. I, in fact, wanted to audition, but the night you guys had callbacks was when I got my letter for me to go to Disney for my internship. So I didn't even get to see the show. I had to see it on VHS back in the day when we had our shows on VHS. And so to come back full circle and see the show, gosh, it's just absolutely stunning. Carla says, of course, the show is beautiful. Dennis Humphrey says, we can't wait to see it Saturday. Sorry y'all had to delay your first night. Marley says, it's been an honor to get to do the show with such an incredible cast and creative team. Could not agree more, Marley. The cast, the crew, production team, Sean, everyone, like, you guys have just been so creative with this show. And even just with the Cabaret experience, our board is working hard on that to make sure that's the most extravagant, fun night at the theater, and wants everyone to talk about it and miss, sad that they missed out on it, and
Well, I think it allows our audience to kind of play make believe.
Yeah,
we play make believe every day, but it's going to be fun for our audiences to play make believe, and we've got you're not going to recognize any of the spaces.
Yeah,
except the performance space.
Yeah.
But it even looks like a showroom because we've got tables along the front of the stage with little lights, and those lights go on and off with the show. It's very cool.
It's really cool. So again, we want to remind you, Cabaret, sadly not February 3rd. It'll start now February 4th through the 20th. Again, if you're looking for tickets, guys, call the box office right now. These are the kind of the available seats. I'm sure those 2 seats for Friday are already gone. Sunday, this added performance at 2:30. Looks like then the third weekend is next availability on that Thursday, February 17th at 7:30, and limited seats Friday, the 18th at 8 o'clock. Don't miss out on this phenomenal show. This all local talent. No one's getting paid. It's literally just volunteers who are giving their time and energy to tell the story. It's going to be an absolute. Oh, Duffy says, "What about that German officer?" Duffy's one of
What about him? He blew my mind the other night when he showed up for costume parade.
Duffy's one of our new volunteers who's making his ALT debut in the show and having a lot of fun, as you can tell right there. I love that. Grayson says, so excited to get the show in front of an audience tomorrow. We wish it was tonight, Grayson.
I'm dying to get it in front of an audience. I can't wait.
I always tell people when there's a show that cancels, I'm like, just talk to Michaela Guerin. When Michaela was a freshman in high school, we had to cancel opening night of Music Man, and we had a Saturday matinee as our opener, and we only had 4 shows that weekend, and so we only had 3 because we had to cancel one. So we've all at some point been there where we had to cancel a show, but hopefully this will be the only one that we cancel. We've rescheduled it for Sunday, and hopefully all will be well.
I hope those of you that are just on the outside looking in recognize that there was an outstanding performance on our main stage just a week ago, and now another outstanding performance a week later, and more to come.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I mean, Sunday. I wish we had like a film crew following us just in the day in the life of what it was like to be at ALT on Sunday. All of our amazing cast and crew of Murder on the Orient Express closed a sold-out run of that show. We posted some great numbers that we'll share soon, but they did such a phenomenal job. We struck that show in record time, like an hour and a half. Every prop and set piece and costume was put up. Andrew Hawkins, our sound guy for who was doing our microphones for our show, was quickly taking everything down. We were handing him mics. He was taking it over to the adventure space, getting it all ready because you guys had Sunday night.
Well, he got done here at about 5 o'clock, and he was ready to run microphones at 7:30 over there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was a long night for him. We thank him so much. But we were like, Terry, our sound person who was taking our sound computer over because you guys needed it, and okay, here's actually the funny thing too. Poor Alan was like, I need these tables, and I'm like, yeah, I'm using the tables. So we knew right after strike we had to load 3 tables up and some 8 chairs and some passports and phones because you guys needed them for Cabaret. So it was
there was a whole pickup load of stuff we needed from over here that we had to wait for that show to close.
Yeah, but you're right. It's how great that we have so much talent, so many people volunteering, that we have 2 shows running or about to run back to back that we're ready to go. Shout out to our ushers and our concession stand workers and our box office workers who have to work both shows and volunteer and make sure that both can happen successfully. Also, a huge reminder, if you are interested in volunteering to usher or concession for Cabaret, contact our volunteer coordinator, Lissa at emeraldlittletheater.org, or you can give her a call, of course, at our box office, 806-355-9991. We're always looking for volunteers to help with our shows, especially when we have such a high demand for shows with this one. Gosh, again, you guys, it's like Frozen all over again. Look how many shows are basically sold out or about to sell out. If you are wanting to come see Cabaret, we cannot stress enough. We've added this Sunday show this coming Sunday, matinee at 2:30. Doors will open at 1:30, but get your tickets before then. We, of course, want to remind you that this performance is being taken place at our ALT Adventure Space, not at the main stage, so make sure you show up at the right spot. Alan, thanks so much for being on.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on Thursdays at 3 and also reminding me that it was time to do Thursdays at 3. I was definitely hard at work and in my own little world.
I'm happy to say that rumors that I died are not true.
Well, you're the one starting those rumors.
I came close to it, but I haven't died yet.
No, not at all. That won't happen for a very, very long time. Again, cast of Cabaret, we know that you're bummed tonight that you won't be able to perform, but we'd rather have you safe and ready to perform for the next 3 weekends rather than risking safety for you guys or our patrons. Our audiences will be ready for you guys tomorrow night.
No, our audiences don't have a clue what they're
true.
about to get.
They're it's so good. It's so good. You guys are gonna not only want to come see it more than once, I would say. You're just gonna be talking about it to everyone that if they don't have tickets, it's super sad. So get your tickets soon. Thank you again, Alan, for being on Thursdays at 3.
Well, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, for sure. Don't forget, guys, Cabaret obviously this weekend, next weekend, and one more weekend after that. Our auditions have been bumped up 1 week, so February 15th and 16th. If you're looking for last minute plans for Valentine's Day weekend, call and get on the wait list for the Cabaret experience on February 11th and 12th. In case there's any cancellations, get on that wait list. Get on the wait list for any of the shows as well. You never know that somebody might cancel and you might be able to get into one of the sold out shows. Again, Sunday matinee, this coming Sunday, the 6th, we've added that matinee at 2:30.
Those of you coming to the experience, you have to remember your password or you won't get in the door.
Alan is strict about that, y'all. He's not going to let you in. Maybe we'll let you in for the show. It will give you enough time to go check your email.
Well, you might have to go back home and find your password.
Exactly. But yeah, we can't wait for you guys to come to the Cabaret. The tagline, of course, life is beautiful. Everything's beautiful at the Cabaret. So you guys are in for a treat. And everyone stay safe, stay warm, drive safe. Roads are not getting necessarily any better. So make the good decisions and we will hopefully see you guys sometime soon
But brave the ice tomorrow.
Yes.
Come see the show.
Stay home tonight. Come to opening night tomorrow.
Yes.
And this weekend. And we'll see you guys at Cabaret. Thanks so much, Alan. We'll see you guys soon. Tune in next week. Hopefully we'll have some more cast members from Cabaret talking about what it's like to perform to sold out crowds this coming weekend. Oh, my sister-in-law, she says we want to go, Amor. Oh, I wish you guys could come too. Oh, there's Aspen. Another one of our new amazing volunteers.
I love Aspen.
Alan. I love it. Yes, April, I wish we'll talk. Maybe you guys can come down and see the show before you guys, before it sells out. Oh, Brad Levitt says, I'll be there Saturday night. Man, a lot of people are coming this weekend.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay, guys, we'll see you at Cabaret, and if not before then, we'll see you guys next week for Thursdays at 3. We're going to end with the commercial. We're going to end, so tune in our Cabaret commercial. We'll see you guys soon.
Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to Amarillo Little Theater's production of Cabaret, starring many of our area's finest performers. Cabaret, February 3rd through the 20th at the ALT Adventure Space. Get tickets to Cabaret by calling the ALT box office or online at AmarilloLittleTheater.org.